be up early singing their little songs, thinking of their day in the hammock, or fishing, singing Kumbaya. They pose no threat, and as long as we can keep their pastor in this group, we are sure of him taking 2 or 3 others who could be persuaded to hunt with him. For this, we're thankful. So no more needs to be said about the hammock dwellers. But then there is the hunters. This being a Christian men's retreat presents some real problems, but we know they have their weaknesses. Keeping them out drinking all night, which can affect their ability to hunt, will not work. Especially as a group, they are strong in this area. Yet we may hope they eat so much they will hardly be able to walk, especially with the expected heat. So that's a positive. That is most likely to happen Saturday evening, so we must prepare on. Again, if we could just get a revival to break out and these guys would be bawling and everything, pride would kick in and they would all drive home in the middle of the night so they wouldn't have to face each other after crying. They'd probably all go to the Husker game where they are used to seeing crying. Barring that, Sharpie, I now go into details of some of our foes, the hunters. First of all, the guest speaker. Word is, he is a retired police officer, so we know he can handle a gun. But it is our view that once he meets the rest of these characters in this group, that he will be more focused on his fellow hunters and not on birds, so he should be out. Then there's Bart Dolzo. He's also is new. This crew should take care of him. He does something bad, they will make fun of him. He does something good, they will make fun of him. He'll probably end up peeing himself the first night from all the tension and won't be any good the rest of the time. So welcome, Mr. Dolzo. Next is the clan that we just can't seem to get rid of, the Baxter family. Why they let them come to Nebraska, I don't know. It can't be because of their grouse hunting skills. Yet we take nothing for granted. Anyway, there's Bang Bang Marv.
Bang Bang Marv.
Looks like he might be out of the picture this year, which is good. You never know when a stray piece of lead might accidentally hit you. But you don't want to take him for granted as he has a lion's heart. It doesn't matter who knocks the bird. He's always there claiming part of the prize.
Oh, Marv.
More on him later. Rumor has it Marv's older brother is joining the foray this year. So we know what gene pool he's from. But don't take him for granted. If orneriness could knock down a grouse, none of us would be able to fly out of here. And then there's the elder statesman Ron Baxter. We could just deter him from this trip. This trip could be history. As far as hunting, he's been known to hobble out with a cast on his leg and do some hunting, so we know he doesn't use any sense. We need to look at the big picture with Ron. We could just influence him into a quilting or something, which is possible at his age. We could get this hunting men's retreat deferred. Next is the Baxter son-in-law Joshua. Where's Josh?
Right there.
Reports indicate he is fast and accurate. Your best bet is to get a meadowlark to jump up and while he's shooting down, flee the other direction. We don't like sacrificing our old bird family, so we may see if large dragonflies will work. Josh is an enthusiastic hunter, so keep him at bay. Which brings me to the most dreaded hunter yet, Mr. Jim Olson. As we all know, Jim is a formidable foe. Do not take him for granted. He's accurate, knowledgeable, and loves to hunt. His report indicates knocking down birds at over 80 yards, so we know he exaggerates some. He will be here. No anniversary, birthday, children's weddings will keep him away. But we think we have found his weakness. Reports indicate that he has an adverse reaction to carrying much weight. This could be our inroads. Psychologically, he may start missing shots if he thinks he will have to carry much. So before you fly, let your fat belly show, and he will think, what a heavy bird, and then have a greater likelihood to miss. is thought Jim may have developed this condition from years of teaching, where he just points his finger to students to do everything. God bless teachers. And oh, I almost forgot Bird Dog Ron. Mr. Ron St. Pierre exudes a transfixing efference which is known to draw many of our numbers to him. Beware of this, as the rest of the group will focus on him, which has been known to cause him to do quite a exquisite dive into the grass.
I've never heard about this.
Sharpie, this is not an exhaustive list. There may be some other new hunters and old hunters, but we know they're coming this year. Of course, Darren, who thinks there is nothing in life but motorcycles, will be there, but he's out. A guy named Armin, dangerous name, and the South Dakota boy is returning. We know if he takes us home on his plate, we have died well. Best regards, Prairie Chicken.
Woo-hoo-hoo! I think, talk about self.